Hey guys, Omni here. We are back for the final episode, the season 1 finale of The Sandman over on Netflix. Things are all colliding together at this collector's convention where the Corinthian has now cornered Rose for himself, and Dream is now on his way to try to stop the Corinthian from taking advantage of her abilities. So there's definitely going to be a choice that's going to have to be made on how to handle Rose, because her presence and her altercations she's had with Dream is now putting her at odds with the dreaming itself, because her and Lyta and their interactions within those dreams that has started to actually erode the dreaming. So either we get that under control, we come to a compromise, or all of it can be threatened. We got revelation that Gilbert has been Fiddler's Green, the third arcana that we had not seen up till this point. He's returned of his own accord after realizing what was going on with Rose and the Corinthian to warn Dream, and he's on his way to figure things out and see where things lie. You know, vouching for us who have seen some of Morpheus's growth, but has been put into question many times when he's trying to kind of front strength for his kingdom. He kind of reassures that Morpheus is not the same one, at least that he recalls before he left. So hopefully all of this will come to a head, and we will see maybe some kind of growth blossom as a result of all the journeys that we've followed him along, and see if he kind of puts it all together, and maybe we can kind of compromise with Rose, save her from the Corinthian, and kind of move forward into a positive direction. One thing that, again, I forgot to address this last episode, but the last 2 episodes there's been no hide nor hair of despair and desire. So I don't know if that's something we've been laying seeds for that they want to address in season 2. They've not officially been greenlit for a season 2 on this just yet, but they have started to write it. So I don't know. I hope. I don't know how this ends, but I would love to just kind of continue and live with these characters in this world, because I'm fascinated by it. But guys, we're going to go ahead and hop into this one. So strap in. If you're part of that 68% of people that are watching the channel and you have not hit that subscribe button before, or maybe you're tuning in for the first time, hope you've enjoyed this. Maybe you'll consider giving it a big old slapperoonie and joining us. Maybe even leave a like. I really appreciate it in the end. But if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, or any of the previous ones, or any of the others for all the shows we cover here on the channel, you can check those all out and watch along format over on our Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, gets you access as well. You also get to help suggest and vote what movies we cover and react to. You also get access to monthly Q&As, behind-the-scenes footage, or trying to make it worth your while, since you are going out of your way to support the channel. But of course, I know not going to do that, and a simple way you can help us out is just by liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing these videos, because it really does go a long way with helping us with the YouTube algorithm. With that all said out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and hop into the season finale, episode 10, Lost Hearts. Here we go.
You're one of the missing nightmares.
And you are the vortex.
Wait. Okay.
He's gonna kill you. But if someone protected you, kept him from killing you, well then, you'd become the center of the dreaming. He'd be powerless, and I would be free.
Damn. But I just put together that, like Lyta, that was probably actually how she was conceived. Because while Unity was asleep, she had mentioned, not her specifically, but her grandmother, that Unity, because I had a much darker thought of what had happened with that whole thing. But like, she woke up from her dream pregnant because of the dream she described having. It became real, and then it led to the creation of Rose eventually down that line further.
I'll come back in an hour. I'll knock. If you want, you can let me in. If not, I'll go away.
He is such a smooth talker.
Because you never know.
He really knows how to play his cards. His charisma stat is extremely high.
The Corinthian!
This is hilarious. When we started this journey, I did not see this at all in our future.
We are entrepreneurs in an expanding field. But no one sees us. Except for one weekend a year. Well, I see you. And I want you to see it too. To close your eyes and see yourselves as I do. Gladiators.
Oh, oh.
Soldiers of fortune. And kings.
Oh, it was debate them. It was debate. Oh, it was debate dream.
You were my masterpiece. A dark mirror made to reflect everything humanity will not confront.
That's what I've done.
Now, look at you. Walking this earth for over a century, infecting others with your joy of death. But what have you given them? Just something else for people to be afraid of. That is all.
So what now? You send me back into their dreams? Because I won't go willingly.
A knife against a dream.
Oh, you don't think dreams can die? Let's find out.
Is it because Rose is here?
I've got Rose Walker getting stronger every second while you get weaker.
Oh no!
She's taking your place at the center of the dreaming. She's bringing the walls down between the sleepers' minds.
You told me you were gonna kill me.
Did he tell you why? When a vortex brings down the walls between dreams, she creates a single, volatile dream that will collapse in upon itself. Everything and everyone will die.
Don't believe him, Rosie.
It's happened before. I failed in my duty. An entire universe was lost.
I'm trying to keep you alive here.
I'm trying to keep your world alive.
Dude.
If I'm as powerful as you say I am, then I will find my own way. In the meantime, the walls go back up.
Do you know why I do it? So I can taste what it's like to be human. You only care about yourself and your rules.
I contain the entire collective unconscious. Without my rules, it would consume me. Humanity would be consumed.
Or you might actually feel something. I am not the problem, Dream.
You're right. This was my fault, not yours. I had so much hope for you, but I created you poorly then. So I must uncreate you now.
I am only sorry I won't be here to see Rose Walker do the same to you.
Wow.
Listen to me. If you have the power to destroy the world, then you have the power to destroy him.
I don't want to
That's-
destroy him.
It's not the right choice either, because it'll die regardless of his existence or not.
When you go to sleep tonight, you have to find him and end this. It's up to you.
That doesn't end it, though.
You're the vortex.
God damn it. That doesn't solve anything.
He's gonna kill you.
You're the vortex.
Wherever we go, whatever we do, we're gonna...
And this is the story he told.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
In the heart of Lincolnshire, the little boy who jumped out the
Who's
side
this?
stopped, looked around him.
Caution, Princess Barbara.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Never mind. I didn't realize that was Barbie. Princess Barbara.
What are you doing at the place of Lost Carnadine? Oh my god. Come, Martin Tenmose, we must away. Oh dear.
A literal vortex. Oh no!
You've caused a great deal of damage. Nothing that I cannot repair, at least at this stage.
What happened to Jed? To my friends?
They're asleep in their bed, but they're not safe. No.
Okay, thank God. Wait, what the hell?
Oh, yes, please. I'm looking for a book.
Wait, is Unity actually the vortex? Maybe she's like...
I'm looking for the story of my life.
Acting through Rose.
Oh, there I am.
You're Unity Kincaid. Rose Walker is your great-granddaughter.
Yes. How do you know Rose?
Oh, well, the barriers are weak right now, so she may have just slipped in.
A human is at the center of the dreaming, that we exist because humans dream, not the other way round. The miracle of...
It's kind of like what Death said.
Walk in my meadows and my green glades. Rest beneath my trees. Farewell, Rose Walker. It was a privilege being human.
For just a second, my brain was like, Rose Tyler. Oh, wow. Whoa.
I do not wish to take your life. But we all have responsibilities, and this is one of mine. I am sorry.
Just do it. Whatever it takes to save my brother and my friends.
My lord, stop! This is Unity Kincaid. I was meant to be the vortex of this age. But because you were imprisoned and locked out of the dreaming, that fate was handed down to my descendants.
I don't understand.
I want you to reach down inside yourself and give me whatever it is that makes you the vortex.
Oh, she's gonna pass it back to her. Because she wasn't able to be awake. Whoa! Be careful, dudes. Link might just run out here and take that and run off with it.
You died so that Rose might live.
I'm so sorry.
No, don't be. I'm not. I was meant to have died a long time ago, Rose. But if I had, I would never have met my golden-eyed man. And we would never have had our beautiful baby girl, and you would not have been born.
Golden-eyed man.
Child had golden eyes.
The prodigal?
Seen anything like them?
No. Oh, fuck. This was another attempt to get him killed. Then it failed.
You and your brother are children of the endless. You have suffered enough. You may leave this place. Goodbye, Rose.
Wow. Wow. So, damn. Okay. So she's like part endless. Is that, I mean, they've said they don't know what creates a vortex. Is that what it is? I don't know. Oh, the baby gets to stick around.
How are they doing?
Great.
I'm so glad they're alive. Oh, do they each have their own, like, I don't know what you would call this.
Almost an event, I might say.
Good, I'm coming through.
You are. But of course.
What did you truly intend? That I should spill family blood? With all that would entail?
This time, it almost worked.
Oh, would there have been consequence if he killed somebody that was an endless?
We do not manipulate them. If anything, they manipulate us.
He has learned.
Mess with me or mine again, and I shall forget your family. Do you believe yourself strong enough to stand against me? Against death? Against destiny? No. Remember that next time you're inspired to interfere in my affairs.
I really got under your skin this time, didn't I? Next time, I'll drop blood.
Why so petty? Oh, fuck.
My lord?
Oh, is he crafting new dreams?
Sorry to disturb you when you're working, but...
Is something wrong?
Or nightmares, or one or the other.
Something lovely, actually. A new book appeared in the library this morning, written by Rose Walker. You may take issue with the depiction of the king in the story, but...
Vivienne. you not wish to say hello?
Oh, hey! Oh.
I had no right returning here after over a century expecting everything to be just as I'd left it. Lucienne tried to tell me, but now I'm listening. Or trying to. New dreams. New nightmares. A new age.
Dude, that fucking like half jaw open face thing, kind of creepy. It looked like in the background there was like a partially recreated Gregory, so maybe one can hope.
Would you mind taking care of things while I work?
With pleasure, sir.
Yeah, like right there. It looks like he's trying to rebuild Gregory. Oh, somebody not feeling too hot about how things have played out?
Lord Azazel would like a word.
I will be brief, Your Majesty.
Ooh.
How like you to arrive without an invitation?
I come at the bidding of the assembled lords of hell.
Dude.
Fighting each other long enough to assemble.
We have, against your enemy, our enemy. Dream of the endless.
You wish to invade the dreaming, and then perhaps the waking world, even the Silver City. You have given us much to think about, Azazel.
I would ask you do more than think. The generals demand action.
Then I shall act.
May I ask, what are you going to do?
Something that I have never done before. Something that will make God absolutely livid.
Dude. Please, please give me a season 2. Damn, dude. Nothing at the end. All right, man. Yeah, okay, man. This was a fantastic season. Everything came together. Everything was a little puzzle piece that all built into this final picture. And what I got out of it, or what I was hoping to get out of it, did indeed happen. He did learn. Though he was a bit stubborn. Quite a lot stubborn along the way. But that's kind of what I would expect, honestly, from one of these immortal beings, man. You know, you get it stuck in your head, a certain thing, for eternity, and all you've experienced, there's a lot you have to kind of tear back to really kind of get through. But he did. You know, he learned, he adapted, he felt compassion, he came back around. He wasn't perfect. If anything, he was more human than when he started this, you know, and still is still learning, still making mistakes like we all do. But he's taking counsel. He's, you know, I don't know. I really enjoyed this whole thing. Even like with the whole like Corinthian thing, like I guess he's not gone, but there'll be a new Corinthian or remade Corinthian to come out of this in the future. And I don't know, man. I just really liked how this all came about. And how they tied it around back to... the way they had explained it, the vortex just can't exist. Like, regardless of what Rose's intentions or will was, it's not like an ability or a thing that can be controlled. But that... it had to be extinguished, but it had been written in Destiny's book that fate had determined that Unity was in fact supposed to be the vortex, but because of his absence, there was interference. And that interference came from Desire, who tried to set him up by spawning the vortex into a descendant of Unity, rather, because she wasn't a suitable host to contain that power, I guess. So it passed onward. Why it skipped the granddaughter? like Unity's daughter. Kind of a mystery to me, but it found its way to sparking into Rose. But because she's got endless blood and their rules, their doctrines, Desire was trying to spark, well, not spark a coup or anything of the sort, but trying to get Dream to commit a cardinal sin of their kind by striking out and drawing blood against their own. So because Rose was part endless, he would, if he had acted on his duties to strike out the vortex, which he has to do, it's either everything collapses and falls apart and dies, or he strikes her down, which causes him to break this rule, and the wrath of whoever governs the Endless or the other Endless themselves have to take action against Morpheus. Why is Desire so petty about all this? It's like just the gloating or whatever, the superiority that Dream feels or projects gets under their skin that much. Maybe it's just as simple as that. Desire's in on it. Or sorry, Despair's in on it as well. But they're twins, so they probably just support each other. But yeah, we still got nothing about the prodigal. About the missing sibling, the other missing sibling that just has never returned. Like that the golden-eyed, like, dream person that she courted with while she was in the, whatever you called that, sleep state back in all those centuries ago, was a big old clue. I kind of started to bark up that tree, but I wasn't too sure about it. Almost got it. Almost clued in on that before the reveal. But the whole murderer convention, the serial convention, that was hilarious. That was wild, and they took a disturbing turn with that, with using that dreamscape that they all kind of put together. The Corinthian kind of all inspired them into to draw Rose and draw Dream into the same place. Fiddler's Green coming into it, being a dream place manifested and personified into a human to experience humanity, inviting Rose back, and then Unity being able to come and bring this all full circle, trying to, trying her best to have the life that she dreamed of in the end, having missed all of it and lost track of the family that she gave birth to and all that after her period of sleep, trying to reclaim all of that, but in the end, having to sacrifice herself to restore what should have been, taking the vortex into herself, taking it from Rose, that power, that marker, somehow, so then that she could sacrifice herself so that Rose can just live. And that Dream can fulfill his duty of killing or letting the vortex die, and also avoiding Desire's trap to kill Rose or any of the spawn of Unity. Little convenient. Maybe it happened differently in the book. I don't know, but it was a little. I don't understand how it works, but it's fine. I really enjoyed it though, like the meaning and the symbolism and just the idea and concept behind it. I really enjoy. And that Morpheus doesn't take pleasure in doing any of these things that he does, that he feels he needs and has to do. So it is kind of like, I don't feel that I was too wrong about where I kind of was feeling, like his headspace about some of the not so nice things he had to do with his subjects and ways he's approached the mortal world and some of his dream subjects and stuff like that, the way he's handled his position since being back. It definitely shows that he's not in the best of places. And I think he's realizing that he was really trying, and I was right about that, at least. He was trying really hard to bring order back to things, to kind of set things back the way they were, And the thing is, they're just not. And he's got to understand that and move forward with that. And I like what they did with this and how they expressed that and how they kind of paid off on his growth throughout. He's still not perfect. He's still dealing with his arrogance. He's still dealing with his pride. But he's trying, at least. And he's making attempts to be better, to listen, to counsel, to, adapt, to change. And that's all we can do as people, is try to listen to those around us, grow, change. With new information comes in, adapt. That's all anybody can really do. We aren't static. Some people might think we are. We're just not. I feel that people evolve, they change over time. People are different people all throughout their stages of their lives. I don't think I have a lot of similarities with myself as a kid, as a teenager, as a young adult, but I don't feel that I'm that exact same person still that I was then. I think we're evolving all through our lives. I don't think people are static. And I think that goes on to gods and higher beings as well. If you can't change, you can't evolve. What's the point? I don't know. I like that about this show a lot. And Gaiman's ideas and concepts that in manifesting these kind of larger than life kind of ideas and then relating them to just genuine human experiences. And it comes back full circle to that conversation that Death had about their purpose and their roles. And that seems to be something that some of his other siblings maybe don't understand all that much. And he's just now really letting it start to sink in, and he's trying to learn and do better. And, desires pride and what's the word? Self-worth seems to be misplaced, and they seem to be stuck in a position probably that's more in tune with a younger Morpheus, where he used to be, where he started off, his headspace before this journey kicked off. Like, seeing himself above humanity, above the station of his peers and all of that. And he's kind of been humbled in a lot of different ways by this experience, by his capture, by his imprisonment, by his struggle to get things back up to the way they were and to restore his trust, the loyalty, the I just said that. His respect of his peers and subjects and all of that, to build that all back, but yet at the same time earn it. I don't know. It was just really well done, and the pacing, the structuring of this, it kept you on your toes all throughout. I can't say that this whole story was too predictable or anything. I think it was just well written. I think it took some twists and turns. I think they paced out the season beautifully. I think it wove a beautiful narrative, laying the cues and the setups for things that came later, making every episode in this relevant to one or the others. I thought it was parsed out great. I think some of the characters that we met along the way were extremely memorable. I'm kind of surprised that we didn't see that immortal dude popped up back up from the tavern, even though I know they have like this whole, like, we only talk every 100 years. Come on, man. After that last little bit where you had trouble finding the bar and then you were locked up and you missed your date and you were late and all this stuff, just hang out. Just start hanging out. You've admitted you're friends at this point. You can just be buds. I don't know. I don't know. I like that, though, that there was not really any irrelevant piece of this entire thing. They utilized their time well. They set up everything from episode 1 that flowed all the way in and connected to the finale in a big bad way, while also kind of having 2 arcs. Like this season it was broken up perfectly divided, because we had all these things flowing and setting up in the first 5 episodes to set up and prime the back 5, while the whole John Dee focus, that was the kind of like the thing keeping our, that's what our eye was on. That whole thing was him getting the stuff back, the Ruby, John Dee, and then all throughout that, while the John Dee stuff was paving the way for the Corinthian story moving forward and all that other stuff that was going on, it was also laying the seeds for the back arc. So I thought that was really well done in how they kind of set that whole thing up. The characters were rich. Morpheus is complex. Lucian was an interesting character that I really loved to see, especially somebody that could, in this station, challenge Morpheus in a intellectual way. Merv was fun. Great example of why Morpheus kind of needed to kind of adapt in this situation and understand that he doesn't quite have the same footing he used to, and that maybe his approach wasn't the best out of it. It was a very reactionary, very immature way to go about it. But that's part of the growth of something he learned. And then Matthew the Raven was a fun character. Joanna, when she came up, was a lot of fun. Though that was just one episode, and except for the when she played her ancestor when Jenna popped up. There's a lot of talks about a possible spinoff, but I don't know how this is going to do. I don't know if we're going to get a season 2 or anything like that. It's over on Netflix, so who knows what's going to happen with all that. I'd love to see like a Joanna-led, like Constantine spinoff in this universe. And I know Warner Brothers and HBO, though, is doing their own thing. And they at least said today, or it's reported that insiders with, I think, Variety and Deadline said today that they do plan on still moving forward with their Constantine series on HBO Max with J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot Company. So who knows? I know that played a part into why they did what they did here, but I really enjoyed her, even though it was like a short thing. Like there's like characters that showed up briefly that left quite the impact all throughout the whole thing. And just this world is so rich, it's so thought out, it's so beautiful, it's so imaginative. And even towards the end, where he redeemed that nightmare into a dream as they wanted. You know, realizing he didn't react the right way in that moment, taking responsibility for it, and then also trying to make up for it. And that was beautiful. And like, I still think that in the back, because of what happened with Gregory, I still think there was like that little statue that was half finished in the background behind him. Definitely looked like it was Gregory's body. It was like one wing, the spines, and the legs, but he hadn't finished it yet. So I'm hoping that that's a little nugget. They didn't acknowledge it, but I hope that's the case, because that would be nice. And then the brothers Cain and Abel, that was great. Irving, or Goldie, was also a little cutie. Yeah, man. John Dee was a phenomenal character. I honestly was kind of shocked that that didn't last a little bit longer than it did, the way that was set up. The Corinthian man, Boyd Holbrook, dude, he commanded every scene he was in. And he was so smooth and juicy, and just his cadence and the way he delivered every line and just carried himself. He was such a great villain in this. And eerie. Oh man. Ooh. This whole thing was so great. And I'm glad I got to go into this like really not knowing jack shit about any of it. Because I don't really have anything to compare it to. But it really does make me want to go and actually read the source material. And I've seen like a lot of people say this is pretty spot on. And like some of these episodes were word for word what's in the comics, so I've been seeing it's a pretty damn good adaptation so far from most. I know some people have been upset about some of the particular changes, or at least not understanding the changes that were made, because some of them weren't really changes when you go into the actual semantics of it all. It's just some people just want to be angry about some stuff, which I kind of get, because I've looked into that a little bit, but leading into the release of this, when the casting announcements were made and stuff like that, and I've watched all of Neil Gaiman's interviews and discussions on the whole thing, and yeah, there's a lot of fandoms as of late that I've noticed that don't quite understand the thing that they actually are fans of. It's kind of weird, kind of surprising. Not really. People are dumb. People are fucking dumb sometimes, man. But I really enjoyed this as a novice. you know, I have my DC background. I doesn't go deep. This wasn't a pocket that I was really all that familiar with. I have some vague familiarity with Constantine, you know, from, you know, the Matt Ryan show, from Legends of Tomorrow. I've read some Hellblazer, not much, but that supernatural pocket was always kind of something I wasn't as exposed to. So that's like, I saw some things here and there that I could call back to or call out to and recognize, but it was a lot of fun just for the most part going through this entire thing, not really having any preconceived notions, ideas, or whatever going through it. And I had a blast. I think it was acted well. I think it was written beautifully, and it was just brought to life in a great, phenomenal, mind-blowing kind of way. And I hope this does well, and I hope Netflix gives us a season 2, because I would love to see them follow up on this Desire feud and this Lucifer being super pissed and making a move back against Dream. Because hell yeah, give me that. Yeah, man, I don't know what else to say right now. I really enjoyed the season. I can't wait for more. I hope we get it. Knowing Netflix, it's who knows. But they're writing a season 2, but that doesn't mean it's going to get greenlit. So I just hope this does well and we'll get that, because I would like to see more of this world. Worst case scenario, we won't. This is it. It was a great run. It was a beautiful season. It looked amazing. I loved the dreamscapes, the dreaming, the way they brought that to life, the way they brought the nightmares, the dreams, and the way they represented that whole like ethereal nature of it all, and the way that they just really, I think they realized these larger than life concepts in a really brilliant way, both personifying them, but also allowing some of them to be these grand, larger than life things. I just thought it was really well done. The writers, chef's kiss. I'm glad that Neil got to really guide this thing, and I think that's one of the things that really helped keep this very in tune with the spirit of what I've heard the books are. Not gonna lie, I read a little bit on my DC Infinite account the other, just like between episodes. Not further than where I was, because I didn't want to get into spoilers and stuff like that, but like the art is so unique, man. It's so vivid and tied into the footprint of what this is. And I think that translating it to live action, like it's very different, but I think they did a really great job of like still kind of keeping the spirit of it, and also keeping a little bit of that dream-like, unnatural, otherworldly feel that a lot of this has throughout it. I don't know. I loved it. I really did. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 show. Guys, what did you think? Sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Do you want a season 2? What did you think of this whole thing? I would love to know. You can join our Discord. We can talk about it there as well. Links to that and all my socials down in the description box below. Subscribe, stick around. We got more shows and content coming your way. Movies, reactions, TV reviews, movie reviews, all kinds of stuff. Hope you stick around. If you want to see the full length of this or any other episodes, you can check those out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, it gets you access to those also. And before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Sherritt, Ryan Karen, Jason Coleman, Philly Vane, Yori Korskov, Margaret Grace, Mary Bradley, Melita, Robert Anguiano, and Raven McGann. Thank you guys so much for following along on this journey. It's been a wild ride. It's been a fun one. But that's it for now, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.